live.
Yeah, I'm back.
We're live. Okay. And we're back. Where we last left off. We found ourselves hanging out with the beaver loggers on the banks of the... What is this? Ruther River?
Or are they angry?
Ruther River.
Are they two angry beavers?
Are they... Yeah, well, no, but one is named Norbert and, Norm? Diggit? I don't forget.
I know. I've never actually watched the show. My memes are all title alone.
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough. Well, yes. What's the next move? I suppose. Where are you guys? Where do you guys want to be? What do you want to do?
I mean, it was
Right
my
now.
intention to head to the local Biscay lord.
Yes, the Baron.
I don't know what other things the rest of the party has to throw out at the table.
Well, we were going out to the middle of the Felon Wilderness. In fact, to the town and monastery that we'd been to before, and we were going to look for goblins from there, I think.
Do you have a map
Wasn't
handy?
that the plan? Well, I remember it was vaguely in that direction.
Like if you could put a... there goes that camera again.
I mean, none of you are goblin experts, right? Am I the biggest goblin expert in the party? Because that's sad.
Well, I don't know. The doctor has a lot
I
of
think so.
academics. I assume he has a fair chance of knowing.
I don't think the doctor has actually seen a goblin.
You have.
You have. I think
Okay.
you were present during the Harmon fight.
Well,
But-
not only that,
Yeah,
at the
one of
grove,
them.
at the grove where you talked to the Lutheran priests, they were
Right.
goblins all over the trees and everything.
Right, but this would be covered by supernatural. My supernatural is a D8.
Mm-hmm.
What's your supernatural?
My supernatural is probably pretty good. Let me scroll up.
As you say, probably.
D6 and a D12.
Where do you get the D12 from?
Career.
Oh, you maxed out your career.
Yes.
You're actually good at your job.
I'm actually good at my job,
I
believe it or
forgot
not.
people were maxing out. Okay, so you are a bigger expert in it then. However, I speak Goblin. Did you sell back Berlafine?
No, I did not.
Wow, you are one of the biggest Goblin experts.
Doctor just incidentally, I somehow picked up all these trivia facts and it's accumulated into actual knowledge.
Well, we met the goblins, and you are an expert in the supernatural. So, I'll assist you, boss, because what are we looking for? Where to find a thin place to get to the goblins? Is that what we're looking for?
I think so.
Well,
We're looking for the sword in particular, but yeah.
After we start doing our research and looking for locations, you couldn't pick a better expert than me because I have geography.
Mm-hmm.
That is a bonus D12 from me, and I might even have more dice I can roll than that.
All right. What is the actual role we're doing here?
So supernatural, right, is going to be part of it.
Mind, I suppose.
Yeah, mind and supernatural, and I could also give you academics. No, because supernatural covers the knowledge of this kind of thing. You don't have geography, you don't have local knowledge. Do you still have any local knowledge of the Phalon areas?
Nope.
And yeah,
You have Farmer John's territory.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, look, you had a goblin hole here the whole time, Farmer John.
What's this over? Oh, that's your goblin hole. Yeah, sometimes goblins come up out of that hole. We just we put stuff over it. But
It's just goblins like crawfish or something.
Yep, yeah. Got a nasty goblin infestation.
Yeah, so not much else here to trap. There's tracking actually that I have.
See, for tracking, I feel like you would need a subject, right? Like,
And
if you found a goblin...
Goblins don't leave tracks, they fly.
Right. So
that's also a very good point.
There's actually nearly nothing. So I'm just
It
looking
sounds
for
like
a supernatural location.
Yeah, so this is going to be a tricky roll. It's... roll it, let's see. Let's start with that.
Let's start with that, and then let's start bargaining. 1, 2, and with the additional assistance, 3, actually.
That's actually not bad at all. Okay, so all right. So what I'll say is that based on your experience in this area and the fact that you have been present for thin places in the past,
Mm-hmm.
we'll give you this much. You do know that there's territory in this area, right? Sort of to the northwest of where our arrow trailhead ends.
Ah, yes, I recall that's where everyone said Harmon died before.
Yeah, that you can. If you can get back to that area, well, you'll be in the vicinity of at least some places that that you could cross over. The many places of Harmon's death.
Legend grows. Alright, so we're basically heading into semi-familiar territory at the least. There should be the monastery, there should be the village, and then somewhere around there should be the place where everyone went to go watch Harmon fight goblins. And then, yeah,
Right.
so we should be able to end up there, and I guess on 3 we should actually find something.
So yeah,
Okay.
can we put the location on a map? Because, I mean, once again, we were having a discussion, and then you guys just started rolling shit, so...
Okay.
Forward.
Here's... I apologize to the viewership who are, of course, taking very detailed notes. As we have discussed, we've been all over this map, and we've invented places all over the place, and we have not done a good job of marking and saving all of them. One of my many regrets for this campaign, but this up here, the northern dot, let's see if I can add a tag to it, is going to be the site of Harmon's first disappearance. Not actually his death, right? But when he was first taken, and when you guys first crossed paths with the Morigna. The lower circle... The hell? There is a text thing here. Okay, cool. And of course it will be black, which will be completely illegible. Let's try red. Okay, we're going to call it Harmon's Point, because I don't know what else to call it. To differentiate that, down here is the location of the Baron. The Bisclervay Baron that...
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay, cool. So we got some spots on this map. Some places to go.
Checks out.
That is red on an almost yellow background.
It's not ideal. We could try... What would be a good color? Blue?
It's fine, it's fine.
No. There is no color that is going to work for this. I'm sorry.
There is no color that works on yellow.
Purple?
What is the issue here?
Trying to find something that contrasts enough.
With that, have you guys tried try a gray color, like 50% gray?
That
disappeared.
Try 80% gray.
I did, but he kept ruining my food.
Oh.
That's not terrible. Okay.
Taking it out of the communal fridge and shoving it on some white lady's chest.
Usually, one trick you could, of course, try is to try drawing a black rectangle behind it.
50 Shades of Grey.
Mm-hmm.
Could do that. But I don't care. That's the real tragedy is I just don't care enough. Okay.
Here.
All right. Are we trekking through the woods?
I think trekking through the woods is the goal here, if no one's opposed to it.
Well, splitting up again.
Don't we want to deal with the circle of evil that's to just a few leagues? Yeah, that one.
No.
Well, we still should deal with Colette. We came out here for her first.
But we're right here. We're so close to the evil.
Do we have food and provisions for it?
We could get food and provisions. I'm sure if we threw enough money at the Vosgate people, they would give it to us.
It sounds like you guys want a goal to deal with the evil.
I mean, that's kind of what we started doing, and I mean, we could go to Harmon's Point, but like we're right here.
Hmm.
Okay, well, I will gladly confuse the issue and add a goal.
Well, hey, and if you're going to add a goal of get rid of the circle of evil, I mean, I would suggest that we do. We are all united. We are all hale and hearty.
Again, I
we
feel
all
like you're
unified.
ignoring that effect. I keep saying I'm going to split off from you guys.
Oh,
I'm
split up again?
I'm timed now. I have to get to the Baron on a time limit
okay. Why do we? All right, remind me. Why is that timed?
because he's sending out his forces to do the things around the mine in a number of days. So I have to get the try and sell them on backup.
Okay, well, if we have to get to the Baron on time, let's go ahead and hit race.
I mean,
for the
you
Baron.
guys don't. We can handle two things at once. That's why I was asking you guys to put it on a map. I wasn't asking literally for the out-of-character map. I was just saying, hey guys, put this on a map and I'll meet you there as soon as I get done this thing.
Then let's
Okay.
either rendezvous again back in Vasquez or at the local village and monastery near Herman's Point.
If this will also prevent bloodshed, let's all. I would get you there faster if I come with you on the way to the Baron. Let's go to the Baron and then do Harmon's thing. If that's timed, whereas this thing's been percolating forever, it's probably fully evil by now anyway. So,
Yeah.
all right, let us head to the Baron. Let's all go together in full force with all swiftness.
Oh, that's not good. Okay, excellent.
I wonder how they feel about me. Better keep my hood up.
Right.
I'm not in disguise. I'm just a naked Batwoman.
That's why another reason why I was suggesting that we split and meet back up is because y'all pulled that crap on that lady.
We'll be fine.
Right. Yes, I mean we'll see. We might reunite with I think what was her name? Lily the Whip and her crew of Bisclavray wolves. Alright, so you guys are able to travel at your actually I guess not at your leisure. You do have kind of a time limit, don't you? Okay then, let's do it. Let's do body and endurance plus hiking from the group, please. We're only going to roll once, and this will cover the entirety of the trip, so that we're not doing this for all session. Success from Nushka. 1 from the dock. 2 from the dock, sorry.
2 even, yeah.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, okay. Sir Connor. De Ville de Crevis. Yes, as you guys are trekking through the many hills and valleys, the wooded areas, again, you are constantly met with reminders that these woods are not abandoned. They are teeming with individuals. Sometimes on clear hilltops, you can see in the distance campfires, banners of various factions. You come across the sites of raided campsites where there are signs of struggle and even dead bodies. Connor, you got 2 successes. Okay, cool. That's good enough for me. But you guys keep pace. With the help of Anushka's scouting, you managed to avoid any direct conflict. And over the course of 1, 2, 3, we'll round it up to 4 because hills. Over the course of 4 days, you travel to the Baron's holding. This is Baron, according to John the Farmer, this is Lord Ashton Bennett's holdings, a squat stone fort that has been built atop a sort of a flat mountain in an area that has been cleared of forest for many hundreds of paces around its base. It is adorned with banners of the Bisclavray and banners of this particular baron's family colors. And as you approach, you can see that it is well stationed. There are probably at least a dozen of Bisclervay soldiers manning the walls of the fort. As you approach the main gates to this fort, are you? How are you proceeding? Are you flying your own colors?
I think we're flying guard colors, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Cool. The guard at the gate will say, "All right, now there. Hold up. Slow up. You seek audience with the Baron. On what business do you come?"
I am Adris Gar, minor house to the Rinaldi line, performing a diplomatic envoy for Baron Milgard of Whiteridge.
All right. You'll wait here. We'll pass this along and let you know what the Baron has to say. You can see that one of these wolves are whispering to his comrades. If they seem to recognize, Anushka. You realize it might have been one of the soldiers who was sent to, to evict the Doloro at John's farm. You guys are kept waiting for at least an hour, at which point the guards come back and they'll say, "Yes, all right. The Baron will hear what you have to say, but seeing as how we have had run-ins with you in the past, we'd ask that you leave your weapons out here with us before entering the main fort."
I mean, that sounds reasonable. I'll surrender mine.
I mean, I'll just have most of my retinue stay outside the fort.
That's
also true. In fact, we could just leave our weapons with the retinue.
Yeah, it might make sense too to be like, they'll receive a diplomatic delegation, but they don't want all of these armed men in there. So
right. So I assume Gar,
right.
Your delegation would be actually, Gar, your delegation would be you, and I guess us. Do you want to leave your major domo out here with the men?
No, I'd bring Winter and the Merlina sisters. But the Merlina sisters can disarm. It's fine.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'll disarm and put on.
Right now.
The weird part is I'll disarm and put on clothes.
Yeah, man. That's etiquette right there. Okay. Well, very well. They'll lead you in to a meeting chamber. It looks like a hall that could be used for feasts. And seated in here, you can see an older wolf who sits hunched over in his chair, his large, very impressive carved wooden chair. And standing between you and him is the short, squat form of Lily the Whip, the white rabbit. And you can see that her guards are flanking the hall. And when she sees the doctor and Anushka, she scowls and she says, "Indeed, my lord, these are they. The fools we met at Jonathan's farm."
You're too kind and generous.
Bah. Though I can't prove it, I know that you're sympathizers for the Doloro scum that have infested our lands. Just a word, my lord, and I will execute them here and now for you.
You mean the scum that I helped march away from your lands for you at no cost, and in fact return them to their own territory, removing all problem whatsoever?
Lily begins, "We know nothing of that. You could be lying for all we know," and then the old wolf will silence her and say, "Please, calm yourself. Step forward. It seems that you have done us a service, if your words are true. What is it that you have come here seeking?
Yes, a pleasure, Lord Bennett, and I bow formally and say I in fact come as a diplomatic envoy for the Baron of the Doloro lands for which I moved these refugees to, one Baron Milgard of Whiteridge, who sought in fact to create a more prosperous deal between the two of you, being both neighboring regions to one another. You see, there is a mine on the edge of his own territory, which has become overrun by the Chevronnets that live around there. And while his own forces are surely enough to squash them, he sought a bonding of regional territories to create a stronger whole, that if you would be willing to aid with some of your men to take over this mine, that you would be able to share in its wealth.
Great wealth, you say. And this Baron, he can afford to treat with the foreign nations, can he?
I myself am of a minor house of the Rinaldi, and I speak for him, so I believe my own presence here would denote such things.
All right. That was very well spoken. I'm trying to think if you'd have anything to add or to ask, but I think we can probably just move along to a roll at this point. That will definitely benefit from diplomacy. But yeah, so this would be, sounds like minded negotiation. I think it's well, let me see.
If only we were drinking.
Will. If only we were drinking, right? Yeah.
Quick, someone bring out the drugs.
I have 100% pure bootleg gin here. Here, just have a sip.
I told you guys in some of our Ironclaw games, like when we had Noble with that, they would walk around specifically with wine everywhere they went.
Be like, please, no reason to have this conversation with a dry mouth.
No reason.
Drink up. Okay, so yeah. I'd allow mind or will in this case. I don't know if this is actually such a logical argument.
I mean, mind if it's reasoned, will if it's passion.
I think that really sounded to me like I was trying to reason, but
no. It is reasoning. You're reasoning. So we'll stick with mind.
I mean,
negotiation.
If he truly
sure.
is an outskirts baron,
yeah.
I guess that technically he would be a marquis if he was actually outskirts. But
okay.
It's technically if he's on the edge of the territory, he probably would want to be searching for any leg up he can. And I don't. I mean, I'm just putting things out there. I have no idea about this guy. Just seems like a good deal. If he's got the resources to try and, he shoves a bunch of his forces out there to get rid of a bunch of refugees.
Yeah, I think the challenges involved are, I'm not going to ask for actual, numbers. I imagine that you would have figured out exactly how much Meldgard could offer in terms of wealth and stuff. So we'll just assume that he has all of the information that he needs about what kind of profits to expect from this endeavor. I guess the real challenges are the distance that would have to be traveled and the fact that Lily doesn't seem to like you guys very much. So she's going to offer him an assist by basically talking about dealing with the doctor and Anushka at the farm and how she suspects them to be Doloro scum.
I mean, do you have any assist you could throw me, Doc?
Well, I know perhaps some of your people aren't as enlightened as those of the church, but I can assure you that it would be in your best interest to listen to the words of Surgar, and it will provide you solace in the light.
Yeah, I don't know.
The doctor slowly stuffs the book he was actually reading behind his back, not paying attention to anything Gar said.
Wait,
what?
See, here's my problem, is I had a logical and concise reason I was asking the doctor for help, and then he insulted them in his first sentence, and I completely forgot why, all of a sudden.
But let's also, Doc, do you have diplomacy?
I do.
Okay, well then
I have plenty of diplomacy, and I'm going for just complete pathos. Logic, what's that today?
Would this be a case where you would need Cosmopolitan to use these gifts too?
I do have Cosmopolitan.
Well, first of all, we do have that, but second of all, the Bisclavae are aggressively modern, so they would take a Silmare priest seriously.
Oh, okay then. Then there's
the Bisclavae split off from the Phelan because in the history, it's like a long time ago there were like a bunch of Phelan tribes, and then one of them said, "Screw this! I want to hoard wealth and like be all modern and have guns and a modern religion." And we're gonna Riddick of Binfail just said, forget all this. I'm King Bisclavae. By the way, I'm king. And the rest of the Phelan said, "You can't do that." And said, screw the rules. I have guns.
Yeah, it's like, guns.
This is definitely a long negotiation, so I can actually add negotiation to this. Or diplomacy, rather.
It would be diplomacy, yeah.
I don't suppose etiquette applies. Not in this instance.
No, this is, you're dealing with nobility.
I would say so.
I mean, you don't sound like a churlish fool, do you?
I don't. I can conduct myself well when I actually care to, and that is still 2 successes.
Hey, okay.
So you're a team player?
I am not a team player.
I'm the team player.
So a D8 then.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, we may be soaked in blood, but we're, not unsophisticated. Once again, Red Ball meets Game of Thrones.
Honestly, now I can't even remember why I was asking you for this. I got so thrown by the...
Because you needed an assist die.
No. I thought I thought there was an in-character reason why I was asking you, and I knew it when I asked you. But then I got so thrown by the backhanded compliment strat that I just forgot immediately.
Exactly. It's negotiating 101, neg the foreign official. Yeah.
Put yourself on top of the hierarchy. That's what you gotta do with these nobles.
Yep. Okay. Sounds like... Oh, there we go. Nice. And you got an 11. The highest I could roll is an 8. So that is 1 success, at least. Well, I'm gonna roll anyway. We'll see how this goes. D6 and a D8. 4 is okay. So that's 2 successes. All right. So it seems like this old wolf, Lord Bennett, is always on the lookout for, or at least can tell an opportunity when he hears one. He has no particular love for the Doloro, but again, business is business, and money is the universal language. So he says, very well, if your friend, this Meldgar, is looking for mercenaries, he'll find none so well trained or disciplined. I can have them depart on the morrow. It sounds like that's like agreeable. Oh man, we completely lost Ark, didn't we? He's not even in roll 20.
He says connection is going bad, yeah.
Okay.
He saw that trap you were laying for him. He thought the best way to get out of it is if I just unplug my router.
Exactly. So, the Baron agrees. He says, I can spare some of my men. Lily the Whip seems incredulous at this, but holds her tongue. And he says, and for you all, I suppose you desire some recompense for your role in all of this.
All I need is a warm bath and a kind word.
Well. A warm bath and a kind word. He'll say, as you know, we Bisclavae are not heathens. You'll find that even in this outskirt fort, we do have all of the amenities that civilized folk can rely on. You're welcome to stay here for the night if you wish. However, No, yeah, you're welcome to stay here the night as our guests.
Hospitality, yeah. I mean, that's also one thing you want to do. Look how rich I am. Look how awesome my palace.
Exactly.
We have lavender and jasmine in our bath.
Cool. Can you bring them to my room?
Ogar, you rogue. Okay. So yeah, it sounds like that business is concluded at the very least, and you guys found a nice spot to rest up and get clean.
We have bed, and we have a bath. Look at this. I'm imagining they have like a clawfoot. Do they have like a clawfoot tub with like a heating pad underneath it, or is it going to be old fashioned where they have a bucket and they just have servants bring in hot water?
Oh, I don't know how you would heat a clawfoot tub, but I imagine that's probably the way that they would go, right?
Because you literally light a fire underneath. Yeah. It's like or put hot coils on it. It's literally like boiling. But they probably do the more common thing of just getting the
water. Or just a beautiful man or woman that happens to have training in elementalism. Just
that would be super fancy.
The possibility of having a staff wizard, not impossible, especially because of the Ferrobian College. The parents sent me to Wizard College and all. Well, it depends because you guys are like anime fans.
It's a living.
So it's kind of like the idea I get to stare at naked people. It's like, no, you get to stare at naked middle-aged rich people.
Yeah.
So it's not your fantasy, it's mine.
See, I wasn't thinking about the fantasy angle. I was thinking more, this is how rich I am.
Yep.
I pay highly trained, intelligent wizards just to watch me bathe and heat my water.
Yeah, keep my water hot. Yep. This is what I went to Wizard College for. I learned how to manipulate the basic elements of matter with nothing more than wisdom and the power of my mind. And I sit next to naked, noble people and just sigh.
Sometimes they try to start conversation. It's terrible. Super awkward.
Someday we'll talk about the groom of the stool, but not today.
I don't know. I don't think I want to
mention that off the air.
Okay.
I'm also going to send Rutherford as a messenger back off to deliver.
But yes, excellent. I feel chiropterant again.
That's a $3 word.
I guess it's human again. So
there you go. Right.
So excellent.
Okay.
I'm glad we came here instead of the Necromantic Grove, where their bath was probably evil.
Their bath was evil?
The evil bath will get you clean for all the wrong reasons.
The bath that eats.
The bath that eats people.
Gross.
So, well, I think that went well.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet a noble who doesn't immediately sign a warrant for our arrest.
Right? For a change. Come business.
Yeah. Send Rutherford off as a messenger, hopefully with a letter both co-signed by myself and the Lord.
Yes.
So, marked with a seal or whatever. So he knows it's official, so that when the soldiers march up on his territory, he doesn't get the wrong idea.
Excellent.
And we haven't killed anybody in weeks. I'm feeling great.
Sorry, I just want to make a note, because that was 2 successes. That'll probably be later when we're storming the Chevronnets.
Yep. I mean, we stayed our hand. We talked our way out of violence. I'm starting to feel like my old self again.
Okay. Yeah. I think that as the doctor is enjoying he's paid a visit by Lily, kind of storms in.
So wonderful to have your company again. You're always such a delight. How can I help you?
She says, I know that you did something there. I know that you used your magics on my men. Again, I cannot prove it, but I'll just have you know that these territories belong to the Bisclavret. The Bisclavret. And I want to know what it is you're scheming. You may have my lord, but not me.
When it comes to territory, it's not a game that I've ever been in, and, well, maybe not for some years. And if it comes to taking control or ownership of anything, look at me. I have but nothing. I care not to have anything except for my own comfort. There's not a single thing that I could possibly plan. But if you want to thwart me and my supernatural ways in the future and all the evil that you happen to think, I do have a few books I could recommend. Here, I could even show you the basics. The next time I do something terrible, dastardly, and magical, I can assure you, you will see it. Would that make you more comfortable?
This has done nothing to calm her, and in fact, she seems quite, I don't know, horrified. It's hard to tell if it's because of you are Doloro or because you are a confessed magic user. I mean, it's clear that you are.
We've been to the academy in Ironclaw before. I know some wizards over
there. Right, that's a fair point too.
Says, but I guess more it's like, I am giving her the arrow to turn against me. Would she reject that?
The arrow to turn against you. So I'm not clear exactly what you're offering with that part.
Alright, so she's accused me of doing terrible magical things.
Yes,
and she says she has no evidence, and I go, I can show you how to gather evidence.
Interesting.
As a gesture of my own goodwill and benevolence, I will teach you how to spot if I am up to anything.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Give me... okay. Mind negotiation plus...
There we go. Here we go. So we got 3d8 already. We got diplomacy involved here. She's not nobility herself. She's just the local captain.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so no
she's
etiquette
military.
There. She probably is not biased at all.
You're not getting that vibe. She obviously doesn't trust you despite your trappings of holiness. So
this could be a reasonable time to tap honor.
Yeah, yes,
I'm making an honest effort to fulfill my honorable side of the bargain. If
really,
you let me, I'll roll a d12.
Well, so the way honor works is it actually just gives you a d12 if anyone tries to prevent you from doing the thing that you set out to do.
Accept it first.
Right, and when you tap it as an influence gift, is if you fail the roll, you just tap it and say, screw you, I'm a noble.
Okay. Let's see. And I don't
honorable in this case.
Right. I don't think there's anything else to.
Oh, that's right. You're tapping honorable. So... Yeah. I'm sorry. I blanked right there. No. Yeah. Honorable. Honorable doesn't exactly apply to this. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That would be more after I get her to agree, which I have 2 dice and an 8.
I mean, I guess it could be an assist bonus where people believe you were honorable, but I think she just hates you.
Right.
Yep. She rolled a 6, but your 8 beats her with a single success. So you can tell that she's angry, that she does not trust you, and that she is almost appalled by your magics, but she's also a practical sort. And if you're offering her some sort of tactical advantage, right now you're naked in a bathtub, so she's not necessarily afraid of you, and she will say, like, intriguing, what is it that you have to share? Know that if you try to ensorcel or use any cursed magics, my men will hear, they will come and they will end you right here and now in the tub.
Well, you see my bag right over there. There should be a nice gilded book in there. If you flip it over to page 57, it'll actually go ahead and start on exactly the topic we're on. You see, you have many senses, but you have one that you may not realize you have. You've always felt it, but you've never really concentrated on that. We'll start with some basic exercises.
Interesting. You're going to start to teach this woman the methods of being magically sensate.
Yes. I
That's
will train her in the supernatural.
It's very interesting. Okay, I like it. So your time at the fort will pass quickly. You guys can spend as much time resting here as you need. When it's time for you to go onward, though, Lily is going to make a formal request of the Baron that she accompanies you. She says that she does not fully trust you because of your previous associations, and she wishes to keep a tab on you to make sure that you are not actually harboring further refugees into the camp. But you get the sense that she might also have ulterior motives. Like, she's intrigued by what it is that you've started to teach her and is curious to know more.
Wait, accompanying us where?
Wherever you intend to go, so long as it's within the Bisclavre lands and the Baron's jurisdiction.
Mm-hmm. And I could definitely see the doctors like mixing between like actual academic straightforward lessons and then occasionally shifting over to it's like, well, I know a story of a saint who did this. And slowly trying to weasel that in.
Oh, man.
Because of course he would.
Academically, where does the Phelan territory end and the Bisclavre territory begin?
Probably at the end of the Bisclavre spears that wander around this area.
Yeah,
like, I got to imagine.
That's why on the map we put the cities, which are the defensible locations, and not an actual borderline.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is she's going to follow us while we're in Bisclavre territory, and we're heading towards Phelan territory. Does she just follow us forever? Because I recognize Bisclavre territory to be everywhere.
It could be. It's kind of her call, I suppose. Also, I doubt that you guys have told anyone currently of your plans from this point on. So,
well, that's why I originally asked. It was like, are we supposed to be heading back with the troops to Mount Grimmart?
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's why I sent the messenger ahead.
Yeah.
So that we wouldn't have to, that we could head straight to Harmon's Point.
Exactly. So, yeah, the guards are going to head out on with like the map that you've made for them. So you guys are free to go wherever you want, but this rabbit has requested permission from her lord to follow you, to keep tabs on you. The lord seems apologetic, apologetic to you all, but he does grant her request.
Are we
he says
there when his request is made? Just, you say you looked at us?
Yeah. Like, this is going to be happening while you guys are basically taking your leave. Like, right. I don't think you just sneak out, right?
Right,
go
no,
speak to
fine.
the Lord.
I just wanted to... my lord, if I could, I have no problem with this. We are not foul creatures. I have no problem being supervised. I'm doing nothing wrong. But, in exchange for such a thing, could I make one plea of my own?
That seems fair. What did you have in mind?
Your kitchens have some of the finest confectionaries I have ever seen, and I have left quite a number of my entourage waiting outside, and I feel they too should be able to enjoy such things. So perhaps on our way out, if you could send a servant or 3 to bring such things outside, just so that they could share in such delicacies?
Lily is gonna cock an eye, like she's totally confused by this request, and the Baron is gonna scrutinize your face for a moment. You're not planning anything, are you?
No, literally, okay. This is just me caring about my irregulars.
Yes.
Why would they follow me if I just keep leaving them outside of places? They ought to be, rewarded for being on board.
No, yeah. This is gonna get a laugh from the Baron, and he will say, "You are a born leader, I can see that. Yes. Well, you're not wrong about the chefs. And this seems like a good parting gift. So yeah, he agrees. Pastries for everyone."
Thank you, my lord. You are very kind.
Pastries for the hall. And I do wish you good luck on your travels. Remember whose domain it is you cross through, although I can see that you have proven yourselves to be people of fine upbringing, if nothing else. So, you've ingratiated yourself to some degree with this guy. Just don't interfere. And he'll tell Lily to he'll basically tell her that she's on kind of a time limit. So she can observe and everything, but don't take too long, and remember, the boundaries of your jurisdiction, that kind of thing. And he says we can't spare a lot of men, so she's going to take 2 guards to follow with her, so the 3 of them will track with you for a while.
Lily is a what again?
Lily is a rabbit, but the guards are wolves.
That's fine.
Okay. Where to next? We're covering a lot of ground today.
I believe everyone wanted to go to Harmon's Point next.
All right. Now, the thing about Harmon's Point is that
Undead Harmon's there.
Supernatural. Is that Undead Harmon is there? Wait, what? This does not make sense. So yeah. As you guys travel north, you recount. You remember the areas that you marched through, the Phelan territory. Lily will remark as you cross over into Phelan, I guess, tribal domains, that you all are crossing into hostile territory, essentially. She's like, what exactly is your goal here?
Oh, we're looking for a rift between... Sorry, I don't know how to phrase this part. Reality?
I suppose to elaborate more, there's been a long and storied past with a friend of ours named Harmon, and he came up here to fight some goblins in the past, I believe as a mark of his own honor and prestige as a champion. And after many times losing track of him and regaining track of him and losing him again, Colette here wants to go ahead and confirm that he is finally and truly lost to them. And so that is why we are here.
Huh. Yeah. Colette, while technically of Wardepois, is also a boar, and so has not been getting kind looks from Lily either.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, she'll say, you are mad, and here I was thinking that you sought out the Phelan, which is madness in itself, but now I hear that you are attempting to cross into haunted woods, the goblin territory. This is outrageous. Well, actually, I guess you guys didn't say you're crossing into goblin territory. You're looking for the grave site, the site of this epic battle.
Right. And at the very least, there's no better way to learn about the supernatural than direct experience. This will be a wonderful test of your abilities that we've built up over the past couple days.
Yeah, like right now. Think fast. Blam.
Blam.
I mean, how else could we feel safer but a Biscuit leader and her 2 guards accompanying us?
Listen.
I was so glad you insisted on coming.
Her eyes narrow. She says, well, as I said before, I'm only here to observe, not doing anything that would endanger my kinsmen. I suppose we'll press forward.
I mean, unfortunately, the mere act of being present is an endangering prospect. And in that, you're probably going to have to defend yourselves if anything goes wrong. And in that such, you're helping us in our cause. So, once again, thank you.
Yes. Well, she nods. She says that we'll defend our own, and we will defend you too from any common enemy. This still seems ill-advised, but...
And I pledge, should any harm come to you, me and mine will also seek to defend you as well. This is the agreement we came upon, traveling together in the wilderness.
It is worth of note that the Harmon was the greatest champion that I've ever seen, and he could not beat some of them. So we should be careful, yes.
Well, he was the champion of the fighting pits of Powergate.
I do like this, that you're just like, oh, and by the way, we could be walking into certain death, so just,
Well, she
better
insisted.
Full disclosure than to surprise you with it.
Yeah, no, I was planning to tell her at some point during our journey. So the fact that it just came up all of a sudden. But yeah, no, I mean, she insisted on coming, so.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so, well, you guys are on the same page, it seems. And you know geographically kind of where this thing is, but you're not really... Again, there's some supernatural stuff going on here, so actually finding the spot might prove a little bit challenging. So as you guys are trekking through the woods and you have crossed into Phelan territory, I would like another searching roll. I don't know who wants to head it out, but it is going to be...
Is it probably me?
It's likely Anushka. It's just that supernatural is going to be involved as well. I don't know if anyone has better supernatural in searching.
I do have both of those things.
So my Inquisitor would have 4 dice, and that's it. But my Inquisitor can help one of you, because they're also a team player.
We should assist the doctor, because we're team player.
So searching will give me 2d8, and supernatural will give me a d6 and a d12, and this is probably mind-based, so that's a d8.
Yes, that sounds right.
Yeah. For the record, I start rolling dice, and as soon as I get the first success, I stop. Because I'm an assistant, so only my first success matters.
Matters, exactly.
Right. So that is an extra d12.
So if you're following along at home, I actually have more dice than this. I just don't bother to pick them up.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, hold on one sec. I just realized I have a number of people who can help you.
That's good.
You have a little
All right,
search
so that's
party.
2d8s and a d12.
Nice.
D12. This is a lot of dice.
That's good. You'll want 3
some
successes.
Some of them came up really terrible, but that's still
they did.
4 successes.
Nice. Okay. So with the assistance of the entire group and your own memory, Doctor, you're able to retrace the steps, and you feel that similar strange out-of-body sensation as you cross into areas that are thin is the adjective we've been using. Areas that feel like you, that are closer to the other world. In fact, yes, you do recall certain landmarks here and there as you cross towards the swamp, the strange little island where indeed Harmon's last stand took place. You can see the shed where the Morigna had made camp. And in fact, I would say even that you can make out certain gashes in the trees where the enormous blade of the Morigna crossed as it slashed at you and your brethren. And you marvel, Doctor, and Connor too, at how you were able to survive at all. The fact that you left this place seems like a miracle based on the carnage that has been left behind.
I'm glad I wasn't here for it the first time.
Yeah, well, you're not there. Connor wasn't there. Anushka was there.
He missed that.
Yeah, and I was thinking it's been months. No one's cleaned this up. No one's raided this place. This is a cursed place.
This is not a good place to be, and you see no signs of... Yes, you see no signs of any Morigna. You might want to be cautious and wait for a while to see if anyone shows up. But yeah, there's no signs of Morigna, and Colette can't stay still anymore. She says, "I'm going. I need to see this." And she'll begin wading through the swampy waters to the small island. Is anyone joining her?
I will join her. I can't let her go alone.
Okay. Anybody else? The two of them?
I also can't let her go alone.
All right. So the three of you will cross. Again, there's definitely signs of battle. There's scars in the earth where these large this large blade was dragged. There are actually like broken javelins still jutting out of the ground that were thrown from the sky. And Connor looks like is also going to be there. So,
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't
As
know what's
you.
wrong with my internet. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Yeah, it seems like you're having a rough tech day, but we all get them. So. Okay.
Don't worry, guys. I'll stand back here and guard all these 11, 12, 18 soldiers who haven't been behind me.
Yeah.
Well, keep around the perimeter. Make sure no one shows up.
Well, I mean, we're literally in the middle of nowhere.
It's true.
Yeah, but the problem is like, because we're an army of 18 people, people might start following us because an army of 18 people went somewhere.
Well, as you survey the scene, I think Colette is. Oh, I'll say all of the irregulars and everyone seems on edge and on guard because it is unnerving. For those of you who have been here before, it is a familiar feeling, but it seems to just unsettle everyone. Everyone's a little jumpy and a little snappy and a little heightened, except for Colette. Colette seems to be in a trance as she looks over the scene. She kneels down and picks something up, and you see that it is a leather, like a bracer or some piece of Harmon's armor that was loosed in the fray. It has a cut strap on it, and this is enough to set her off. She crumples to her knees and she begins weeping. The first time, probably, that you have seen her, not when she was held captive by an enemy baron, or while she was being held trial for treason and threatened with execution. You've never seen her break down, but in this moment she seems to have lost whatever will she had left. The reality of the situation has made itself real to her, and she has traveled many, many miles to reach this point.
Many miles, lots of danger, multiple countries. And the doctor is going to go ahead and opt for just a quiet, gentle approach. He's just going to go ahead and take his knee next to her, put a hand on her shoulder, and just let her go through her grief at this point. I mean, what could one priest end up saying to another that they don't already know?
Right, it's true. It's weird because your whole strategy has always been like, oh, you just educate people that the world is not as bad and we're not as alone as it seems we are.
My literal peer, like, at the completely broken down, and it's like, maybe there isn't actually all that much I can do. Reality just kind of sucks sometimes.
That there's an entire goblin domain, and perhaps even more beyond that are unknowable even by the principles of Sommer.
Right, it's moments like these that it seems almost as if the world isn't made explicitly for us, and that we are not its center, and that not only that, but goblins are out to get us.
The immeasurable and unknowable cruelty of the universe.